Inside the High Court chamber today, Justice Antonin Scalia's chair and bench area draped in black, a High Court tradition honoring the death of each sitting justice that dates back to 1873. On the horizon, the likelihood the Supreme Court may have to operate with just 8 justices for more than a year, given the political standoff between the White House and Republican-controlled Senate over choosing Scalia's successor.
They're going to fight it till there's another president. It doesn't look like the Republican-controlled Senate is going to consider any Obama nominee.
When you look at the conservative versus liberal makeup of the court absent Justice Scalia, it means that 4-4 ties are possible, even probable. When the justices are tied, the lower court ruling stands, and that means no national precedent. Some examples. In FRIEDRICHS v. California Teachers Association, focused on the power of public employee unions, a split decision would be a victory for the union, seeking to uphold mandatory union dues. ZUBIK v. BURWELL is a religious freedom challenge by charities and nonprofit organizations to mandatory birth control coverage as part of Obamacare. 7 separate petitions are part of this case because the lower courts are divided. Whole Women's Health v. HELLERSTEDT, a Texas case that'll determine how far states can go to restrict abortion. It could be a setback for abortion rights groups because some restrictions approved by a lower court would go into effect in the Lone Star State. And next month, Puerto Rico versus Franklin, California Free Trust will examine legal options for Puerto Rico to restructure its massive public debt.
The court has survived and it decides cases, and there's a number of different ways that it can approach that. It can decide cases on narrower grounds. That has happened in recent past. It can make different decisions in the types of cases that it takes.
The most basic challenge for the Supreme Court, resolving unsettled law, just got a lot more complicated. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Hampton Pearson at the Supreme Court.